Hey guys, it's Mason from 716 Outdoors. It's Thanksgiving. I've always wanted to shoot deer on Thanksgiving, so I'm out here now, walking through the state land. Just kind of working my way through real slow. Seen a few tracks already, but nothing in them. So my voice sounds a little weird. It's because I've been sick for the last week. I figured getting out today would probably do my lungs some good. Get some fresh air. So they forecasted 40 to 50 mile an hour winds and around 18 inches of snow. Snow's just getting started, so got just enough on the ground to be able to see anything moving. So I'll check back in with you soon. Deer up ahead of me. I tried my best to sneak up closer and see if they're still around. See if I can get a shot on one. They look to be pretty good size. So I was telling my buddy Joe about this spot. I told him, I said, all the years that I've been hunting here, the last almost 20 years, I've never seen anybody in this spot. I told him, I said I got Thursday off and I'm hitting this spot. And, I've got deer moving down here, so it's a good spot. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow morning I'm coming down in here and getting set up in this wide open spot. I can make cats meow. I'll show you guys what I mean. So I mean, outside of a little bit of deadfall. I think this is, I guess, perfect. Which, I mean, even with the deadfall, it's still good because it's supposed to be snowing real hard. So, dude, I want somewhere to kind of tuck into, I'm not seeing any signs of these deer. I'm gonna walk over to their tracks and see which way they went. try a little bit of spot and stalk. Kind of switch things up from still hunt to spot and stalk. So this is a good sign. We got a first bed right here. The snow's not even sticking to it. So I might just might stick right around here for a few minutes. Alright, so I've been finding some really good spots to set up. This spot is pretty much wide open. I'm just not seeing any kind of signs of deer anywhere. You know, especially bucks. There's no rubs, no scrapes, nothing. There's no scat anywhere. So I'm thinking I might just keep walking, but I'll keep this spot in mind for a later date. Some fresh tracks. I was almost back to the truck. Pretty sure I bumped something out. I got some other hunters coming in from over here, so. See if they bump it this way. I let them pass on by. And I'm gonna continue following these tracks. I coughed pretty loud when these people were walking by, so. I don't know if they heard me, if they saw me or not. But I waited for them to get out. I had my ways before I continued on. detail and everything that I got on. Just between my clothes and my vest alone was probably a good 20 pounds. 15 to 20 pounds. And I saw the rifle on top of that. And of course I got the 357 in my vest. It's pretty cumbersome, especially when you're out here climbing these hills and stuff. Head back to the truck and go try somewhere else. So I got a deer laying like not even 100 yards from me. But I can't tell what it is. I can tell it's a deer. Check this out. The truck's right there. So I'm gonna try to get closer and see if I can tell what it is. I gotta get this tree in between me and this deer. Okay. I can move up slowly. It's insane. It's like 100-yard drag to the truck. Oh shit, he's up. He's moving. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my holster back in my pocket. That's like the quickest hunt that I've ever had. So I met a couple guys down here the other day. This is the boys' first time being out hunting. And this guy says, yeah, he came down here and hunted this bottom. Which I know it's a good spot to hunt because I've hunted down in here before myself. And I've taken a couple deer. So I decided I was going to go behind the bog where I was at earlier. But something told me to come up here. So I went up to a different spot. But it just didn't feel right. So I came down here to hunt this bottom. And I walked out all of like 60 yards and spotted this buck. So I gotta finish him off, guys. So I'm gonna cut this off because our viewers, a lot of them don't like to see that kind of stuff. Just as I said that, he took his final breath. So. Until it's done. Get through all these thorns and stuff. I can get to them. 4 point. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 point. So finally got my Thanksgiving deer that I've been after for years. Well, guys, it was a good hunt. It went quick. I went out this morning, did some walking, covered a couple miles, saw a few deer. I got onto some fresh tracks, started following them, and then the Amish were putting on a drive, so I backed out of there, and I had to go pick my daughter up from my parents, then go clean the house so we could have Thanksgiving. Ate some real good food, thanks to my mom. She's an amazing cook. Yeah, I decided to come out here, just the last couple hours. I wasn't sure that I was going to. I was going to go up to this one spot, but, I could see where somebody had already been in there. And I was going to go out behind the bog where I was at this morning, but I figured, I've been tromped over pretty good. Didn't make any sense to go there. Like I said, this guy that I ran into with his boy last weekend, they're down in there hunting that bottom. So I was heading down in there to see what I could come up with. And I didn't even make it all 60 yards away from the truck. Saw this deer laying there. I could tell it was a deer. I couldn't tell if it was a buck or a doe, so I had to get a tree in between us. And that way I could sneak up a little bit closer. I pinched off about, probably 15, 20 yards. I was able to get the scope on him, could tell it was a buck. I was hoping he was a little bit bigger than what he is, but at this point in the season, I'll take him. So I'm on my way back right now to show Everly the deer, and then going to take him down and, get him skinned out, get him called in, and probably go home and relax, see if there's any football on the television. And if not, we're going to watch Wizard of Oz. So, hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. I know I sure did. Called off, I didn't call off, I took off work today. So I could get out here and pursue these deer. So I'm real thankful that I did. Very thankful for the fans. Thankful for anybody that supports us in any way. Very, very thankful for my parents for, being so patient and, watching Everly so that way I can get out here and do some hunting. So, until next time, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.